Maniac Rob here from BoardGameManiacs and bring you a mini-series on the creation and playing of Tests of Honor. This game is by Warlord Games, and I'm excited for this. Warlord Games has given me this opportunity to showcase this game. So here at BoardGameManiacs, we don't do things in small, like just a gameplay video. We're not going to do that. We're going to do a full blown out mini-series. And that mini-series is going to include such things as the unboxing of this and maybe another expansion pack for this game. It also is going to do like the assembling and painting of buildings that you can use in this game. And it's also going to have full creation from start to finish of a board game table that is geared for Tests of Honor. But it is going to be customized just a little bit so that we can play other games onto it, tabletop games too as well. But the first video we're going to do in this series is the unboxing of Tests of Honor. And then after that, I don't know what video I'm going to be doing next, but it's going to be a series of small videos that you can click on. You can watch and enjoy, and if you're thinking about purchasing this game, it'll give you more of an insight of what's in the game and what you can do to expand this universe, this feudal Japan universe of battling with your swords and the arrows and the musket gun, the black powder guns and everything in feudal Japan with the samurai, which I'm excited for because I love this kind of era for sure. Again, thank you very much, Warlord Games, for sending me such stuff as Tests of Honor so that I can sink my teeth into it and show you, the viewers, about these excellent products. Now, in the past, I did some more Warlord games such as Project Z and also Bolt Action. So I'm going to continue on into the Warlord Games universe and play more games and show you more. But again, besides Warlord game stuff, I'm also going to be doing like board games like usual and everything else. So you don't have to be worried, oh, I want to see more board game stuff. I'm obviously going to be doing that too as well. But this mini-series is all about Tests of Honor. And I'm excited for this because I seen this in the store and I'm like, oh, I want to buy this because I love the Japanese history and I love about feudal Japan and I love samurais and ninjas and everything else like that. So, but Warlord Games was gracious enough, and they're more than gracious enough. Warlord Games is an awesome company, and they sent me this. And they're like, hey, here you go. Sink your teeth into this. And I'm definitely going to be sinking my teeth into this because I'm a maniac and I love games such as this. So hold on to your hats, pull out your samurai sword, get it all nice and sharp and ready. Test it by cutting some hairs. You know, pull a hair out. That's how sharp it is. You know, watch out for the ninjas for sure. In this mini-series for Tests of Honor. What we have here, Board Game Maniacs, is both the core box set, Tests of Honor by Warlord Games, and also the one of the expansion boxes by Warlord Games. This is Ninjas of Iga. So this is really cool. I love ninjas and I love samurai. So we're going to rip these open and take a look at what's inside both of them. And just as a reminder too as well, is this is part of a Tests of Honor video mini-series that I'm going to be shooting to show everybody the creation, as well as just tons of other goodies that you can get and play with this awesome game, Tests of Honor. First off, we're going to dive into the Tests of Honor core box set and see what's inside. As always, before we get into this box, which I'm dying to get into the box, we are going to first look at the awesome artwork that you can see. So you see a spearman right here, and he's grabbing his katana, and you have a heavily armored samurai ready for battle. Like, the artwork in this is phenomenal. It looks great. Little blood splatter there too as well. You see the just a close-up shot of the fully armored samurai that's ready to attack. And again, another cool imagery shot of this. Really cool. And on the back, just upside down. What am I doing here? Tests of Honor, the Samurai Miniatures game. Emperor is weak, challenged by the might of the shogun. The clan lords align themselves with one side or the other, taking advantage of the turmoil to settle old grudges and seize new territory. Their loyal samurai, consummate warriors trained in the art of the blade, must do their bidding without question. Oh, that sounds awesome. This is the board. Well, a playing surface, I should say, and then you have some, it looks like hut cutouts and some tokens, and you also have the really cool minis and the cards and movement trays, it looks like here. We'll rip this open and find out what's exactly inside. It's a 12 plus rating for the age range. It's a 2 to 4 player game and 30 to 60 minutes to play this awesome game. This is a small skirmish game. Now, what I understand about this is you can have anywhere between 4 to 20 to 25 miniatures per game. So you can play a small little game, or you can play a full blown out game. It's all based on points. I'm assuming I'll know more once I rip it open and look inside the box with us. I know you can get other expansions like the Ninja expansion, which I showed you, the Ninjas of Viga. You can get Shogun expansions. Like, you can get so much expansions for this. Also, you can get some nice custom house terrain too as well. If you ever want to check out what you can get, just go to the Warlord website. It's warlordgames.com, and you can check that out. I'm a loss for words here because it's just exciting. Anyhow, let's flip this over and rip this baby open and see what's inside. Give it a good chop. Plastic. Ready for the test of honor. The onerous smell of a new game. It's coming. Oh, that smells like honor for sure. Battle guide. So this here obviously probably has scenarios and everything into it. First battle is the first clash. Quick start. One thing I noticed too as well, and I watched did some research, assembling your first models. It is recommended that you don't just assemble all your miniatures unless you want to. That's fine. But it says for this game, the start game, you need 1 samurai, 3 Asaguro soldiers armed with spears, 2 Asaguro soldiers armed with bows. So this is how you play your first game. The factions, it said the cards you get are the red and blue, but I'm sure you can paint them differently. But when I paint these, I'm definitely going to be painting red and blue just for my first game, and I can just build upon it from there. Let's quickly take a look through this. You can see like the tokens needed, the deployment area, recruiting your forces, skills. This is scenarios. This is all scenarios, and also it has an awesome painting guide on how you can paint your miniatures. Again, you don't have to follow this. You can if you want, or you can paint them any way that you wish. 6 easy steps for painting them too as well. Battle guide. Next, what's very important, assembling your miniatures. It's really good to have assembly instructions when you're putting miniatures together so you're not guessing exactly how to do it. So it shows you here the Asaguro Yari troops. There's one guy here, looks like he's a musician, and they all have flags on their back. This guy looks like a musician too as well. Flag bearer, and he's carrying a backpack, I think, I don't know. But it's double-sided. As you can see, it has everything you need on how to assemble. For your troops, Yari troops, you got one for your missile troops, and it's double-sided. And you have one for your samurai. Samurai! I'm looking forward to putting these babies together for sure. We have the main rulebook too as well. And as always on BoardGameManiacs, you always look how many pages. 16 pages. That's nothing. Very small rule book, which is good. I like small rule books. This is some of the battlefield terrain that you get. You get a hut, a couple of huts. You get some stone walls with the gate too as well. Oh, they're double-sided. Destroyed hut, that's really cool, on fire. And destroyed too as well after a huge battle, I guess. And samurai fight each other and they burn down their villages so that they can't come back again. Next is a sheet of tokens that you use, and also some more barricades too as well. Just to talk about what each of these tokens are, so you see ones such as this right here, and get a little closer shot, see them, and these tokens too as well. These are samurai tokens, and these are commoner tokens. It's kind of, what I'm understanding is the who goes first, or whoever goes next or whatever is determined. Something like bolt action. With bolt action, you put the order die in a bag and you draw from it. But with this one, you put in these tokens according to what factions or how much is into your war band into a bag, and you draw them. And it'll tell you either to a commoner can go or a samurai can go. So that is that for the samurai and common tokens. Blood drops. Blood drops. So this is another token that you get. So this here will tell you if you have any wounds onto your commoners or your samurai too as well. And they are double-sided. 2 for more blood drops and 1 for like a single wound. Next tokens we have are the lightning bolt tokens. These are called fate tokens. They look the same on both sides. Now what that is for is when you are going to do a battle or a game, you put in the samurai tokens and you put in the commoner tokens according to how many you have on your team, or how many you have in your war band. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I will read it in the rules book. And you also put these into as well, which is the fate tokens. So when you're drawing them in the bag, if you draw a fate token, what happens is, it says in the book, fate tokens go in the container with the action tokens. The third token ends each turn. So every time you draw the third fate token, the turn is over. And that's how the fate tokens work. You also have objective tokens or objective markers. So in certain games, when you are playing, you have to either find some of these or collect them for certain scenarios to win. Reload and caution markers, which are these ones. They have the hat and the caution sign you can see on camera right here. So obviously these are the caution ones. So whenever you're using your commoners or samurai to creep along or sneak along, you're doing caution. So that's what these are for. And on the other side of the caution markers are it looks like an explosive. You have the hammer here from the musket, so it fires. So every time a musket is fired, you have to use these to show that it's been fired. Your musket's been fired. Next you'll have, these are called multi-bases. So what multi-bases are is the Ashiguru are often recruited as a group of 3 mounted in multi-bases to keep them together. So again, these are like movement tray bases, I guess, but to keep them together. Let's just open them up and see what they look like. I'm going off camera there. I'm not even paying attention. Gotta pay attention. So let's grab one out. They're made of plastic. You can see 3 per tray, and you can, you just sit your miniatures on their bases in here, so you can move 3 at a time, which is very, very convenient for sure. So these are the multi-bases. In the core box, you get 10 multi-bases in total, you can see here. The type of cards that you get in the box, these are called skill cards, injury cards, and dishonor cards. So these ones here, this is how you build your forces. So you can see there's a flag up in the corner here, and it has a number, and this is the point value of each one. So for every scenario you play, there is a maximum point value that you can reach, just like in Bolt Action 2 as well, that you have 1,000 point game, so then you add up all your troops equal 1,000 points, and each character or troop has different values. So this one here, this is Samurai, has a value of 5. Camera's not even getting in focus there. What the heck? So also you can see it has different skills here too as well that can be used for the Samurai. So again, Wise Samurai, Samurai Hero, Loyal Spearman, that's another one too as well. It's cost for 2, and you get 3 Spearmen on this, and it's showing movement and everything. This is an example of an injury card. So this is an arm injury. The samurai suffers a -1 to his aim. Injury, ongoing 1 battle. Oh, so you can have injuries that last once, I'm assuming, and you have injuries that are ongoing for the battle, 1 battle. So 1 fight. So again, these are more injury cards. Devoted Samurai, cost of 4. A single bowman, cost of 2. Another injury. See what else we can find here into the cards. Oh, exceptional armor. So this is a really cool one. If an enemy damage roll against the samurai does not include any swords on the dice, it counts as a glance off and does not cause a blood drop. Upgrades for your character, your samurai and your commoners. Another upgrade too as well, commanding presence. These are more guys you can use, special instructions. Proud troops. I'm not even on camera. Jeez, I gotta pay attention here. Just trying to find like a dishonor card, or maps too as well. It's knowledge. So we can find like a bow upgrade. So you can even upgrade your weapons. But again, it has a point value of 2. Very cool. Oh, there's a dishonor card right here. But we all know samurai are not dishonorable. They are very much have a code of honor. So this dishonor card, the next time any warrior, if your force makes a test of honor, he loses 1 die. If you become dishonored, you're going to have to go with this kind of circumstances. Oh boy. Let's see if there's any other kind of cards here. There's another dishonor card here. Just 1 second, I'll flip it there. There you go. That looks pretty cool. So it looks like it's to commit, he dishonored his family, so he's putting himself to death. Dishonor. The next time any warrior in your force makes a test of honor, he loses 1 die. Yeah, so you don't put yourself to death, but that's what that does. So you get more dishonor cards. Ah, here's a musician for a cost of 2. Rally the troops. If the musician within 12 inches when a friendly commoner checks for loss of nerve, add +1 die to the roll. Oh, so you can lose your nerve in a battle and run away, but if you have like a musician, it just inspires you to keep fighting. Yes! So, tough hide. It's a koi. So, the artwork on these cards are just incredible. Like, look at the artwork on this. It's a phenomenal work. Like, and it brings you into the realm of the samurai for sure. Like, that looks awesome. That samurai artwork looks incredible. And you can't tell, but the cards are not floppy. They're nice thick cards, like good for quality. They don't bend very easily, which is a good thing. I have other games that the cards are very thin and flimsy, and I'm scared to handle them because they'll get destroyed. But these are pretty tough and durable. So anyhow, that is your cards, the skill, injury, and dishonor cards that are used in the game. We're looking at the specialty dice for this game too as well. They have different symbols onto them, so let's look at this. This symbol X is a cross. That's what it's saying there. It's called a cross. So an example of this, if there's more crosses than swords on a result of a dice, it's an automatic fail. So when you roll according to how many dice you roll for your card, for your samurai or spearman or bowman or what have you, tells you how many of these you have to roll. And 3 or more is a pass. If you have 0, 1, or 2, it's a fail. But if you run any X's, if you have more X's than swords, it's an automatic fail. So that's how the dice work. And also too as well, you have blank sides. These are misses. And then these are hits, or the swords. You have 1 swords, 2 swords. And you also have X's, which is the cross, which if you have more X's than swords, it's an automatic fail. And during the game, you use these for both combat and for doing different tests, like a wit test for searching is an example. Like you can search for something, so you're going to use your wit test. And to do that, you're going to look on your card. And when you look on your card, it will tell you what you do for that. I'll show the example of that. Just taking a closer look at the cards that you get for each of your characters. So you can see all the different symbols on the cards here. So the first symbol here, this is your aim. So it tells you how many dice you roll if you're aiming at something. So 5 dice for the samurai, which has a point value of 5. And the next thing here, that looks like a snaky arrow, or not an arrow, a pointing arrow, is agility. So when you're doing any kind of agility tests and that, you're going to have to roll that many dice. And this one here, that looks like your black belt is your strength. So when you're fighting, that's how many dice you're going to roll. Next is your wit. This here emblem is your honor. So what this is if you see one of your team members get cut down in the line, you know, you have to try to hold your nerve. So you're going to roll 5 dice to try to hold your nerve. And last but not least is your action. So this shows you how many actions you have. And this is all determined by rolling your dice. And 3 or higher, swords are successes, like I said. X's, we already talked about that. Blank are just misses. And you just want to hope that you get 3 or more for success. If you get under 3, then you fail that test. You get 10 of these specialty dice in total for the core box set. This is your base trays for your miniatures for this game. And you get a total of 40. There's 10 base tray, miniature bases, I should say, in each sprue. So, again, you can see. This is very common in like tabletop miniature games because you have the bases that you glue your miniatures together. And you can glue them before you paint them or after the paint's up. And you can also, I see some nice bases where they're dressed up with grass and rocks and everything else. Last but not least, you have your miniatures. Now, if these are anything like the Bolt Action miniatures or Project Z miniatures, the quality is going to be great, phenomenal. So let's take a close look at these here. So yeah, look, some arms, the flags, like super, look at the detail. Like you see all the little, on their sleeves, the armor on their sleeves and everything. different positions too as well. Also what I noticed too as well, which is really cool, is let's flip this over for a second, take another look before I tell you what that is. So you can see you have your torsos. You also have your swords. This is awesome. You have swords that you put on their sides, and swords that are still into their sheath, and so they don't have to. Let's see if I can get in focus there. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. So the swords that are in the sheaths already that they can carry in their hands, you have the different heads too as well. So this sprue here, just from the look of it, I would say it's the samurai sprue. So that's one samurai sprue, and I think you can put a total of 5 samurai together for this core game. Another look at one of the other sprues here. So this sprue here, you can see you got arrows for the bowmen. They're in their quiver that you put on their back, a heavy duty arrow set. You got your bows too as well. You got the heads, different heads. You got heads that are wearing the helmet type, and you have ones that don't have anything. They're exposed, their head is exposed. Very cool. You get your, oh, these are your muskets I can see, and you get your swords. The arms with the arrows already attached, which makes it super easier when you're assembling these. And also one thing I want to bring up is you look at the sprue, it tells you what the sprue is. So Asaguru missile troops. So then you look at your the instruction sheet that says Asaguru missile troops, and you use this to put them together and follow the instructions. Very smart. This is your Asaguru Yari troops. Get it in focus there. So Asaguru Yari troops, and you can see these are a little bit more heavily armored on the sleeves, so nice detail too as well. All the spears, very cool. The different heads too as well, and you get your flag bearer. So you get 4 sprues of the Asaguru Yari troops, and you get 2 sprues for the missile troops, and you get 1 sprue for the samurai troops. Last but not least, you get a nice little advertising pamphlet of all the other games that Warlord have. So historical and sci-fi tabletop war games. So yeah, you can see, oh, like, look at that table for bolt action. That's beautiful. Beautiful. So bolt action for one of them. Space Age game. Antares, I guess you would say it. Black Powder's another historical game. Hail Caesar, another historical. Pike and Shoti? I don't know. I can't say that word. It's been a long day. Leave me alone. But yeah, so more historical, and also Conflict 47, which is like a futuristic version of bolt action. But I don't think it's in the future. I think it's still back in World War II, but if we had more like robots and everything. Project Z, Test of Honor, and also basing stuff too as well. So this is definitely worth going to the website. Again, the website is warlordgames.com. You can see right there. Or you can go to boltaction.com if you want to check out just specific bolt action stuff. And also they have the information. So that's from Warlord Games. Incredible. One more thing I would like to take note of is every Warlord product that I got a little slip into, and it tells you who packed it. It has your name onto the packer. So this just personalizes it even more. So Sebastian A packed this game of Test of Honor. Great packing job there, Sebastian, I have to say. And it also says here, any questions, ask our customer service, info@warlordgames.com. So very, very good to do this because it makes it more personal, and you're like, hey, I bought this game from Sebastian A. I bought this game, and who packed it was Sebastian A from Warlord Games, and he did a great job packing it. So very, very cool for Warlord to include this stuff into their games. There you have what you get in the core box set for Test of Honor by Warlord Games. So you do get a lot in there, and you get enough so that you can start fighting. And again, the miniatures you get in here, I can't wait to put them together because they're super detailed. Just like the other ones, like from Project Z and Bolt Action for sure. I'm excited to put these together, to assemble them and paint them and just show them off into when I do some battle reports for this game for sure. So you got a lot in this game. Wait a minute. I feel the honorable force of the samurai infusing into my veins. I'm thinking I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try something, see what happens here. Whoa, it's coming in. Oh, faster, faster. Woo! Look at that. I used a little bit of samurai power there. All my forces have just automatically appeared and had been assembled and painted. I'm using the honor of the samurai to bring it for you guys. So there you go. These are the forces that are assembled. I will move the camera going a little bit closer, but before that, you can see this is everything you get in the core box from Test of Honor by Warlord Games. Stay by and I'll get a close-up of the armies. There you go. That's what you get in the core box for miniature-wise. You know, I'm not a professional painter, but I have to say, I thought they turned out pretty well, and I love painting them. And I kind of followed the scheme what was onto the back, but I switched it around a bit. But you can see I have an army of red and an army of blue, and up front you see the 5 samurais that you get here. So I have 2 samurais for the blue, 2 samurais for the red, and I got a yellow one that he can go to either side if he wants. Very, very cool. So just to recap a bit here, so you get enough to put 3 bowmen, or not 3 bowmen, 3 spearmen together with the movement tray. That's 3 musket. You get 3 musicians. You get the sergeant here. You get the main flag bearer, and you get, I don't know if he'd be counted as a musician, but he's carrying a big heavy backpack full of stuff. I don't know what. And again, you have this, and also it's duplicated on the other side, but the way I separate it so when I'm playing the game is the red have no hats. They're all, you know, you can only see their hair, except for the samurais, of course. And the blue have all the hats. So you can do it whatever way you want. I just kind of did this, and I did somewhat follow the painting scheme, as you can see. But hey, I think they turned out great. For somebody who don't do a lot of painting and is not a professional painter, by no means, I thought they did a pretty good job. I did a pretty good job on them. And also, too, as well, so much fun painting them. So there you go, Board Game Maniacs. That is the core box set for Test of Honor. I know what everybody is saying and asking. How did I do that? How did I do that magic? Because the spirit and honor of the samurai infused my body, and I was able to pull this off in record time. I think I just beat the world record for painting miniatures and gluing them together. Just by the wave of my hand. Very easy to do for sure. And you're also asking yourself, but you had another box there. You had the Ninjas of Iga expansion. Like, how come you're not showing that? I told you this is an unboxing video for Test of Honor for the core box, and also the Ninja of Iga too as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera back up again, and we're going to review what comes into the box for the Ninjas of Iga. One thing I'd like to say, that Warlord Games sent me not the expansion, just Ninjas of Iga, but what they included was the dojo set. So you get the dojo building, you get the 7 metal miniatures, the Ninjas of Iga, and you have a metal miniature for the Samurai Swordmaster too as well, which I will show you. The only thing I'm not going to show is the dojo, because that is a separate video where I'm going to be assembling the buildings that are going to be used into the game when we build a gaming table. So hold on to your hats and hang on, I'll show the Ninjas of Iga expansion box. What we're looking at is the expansion box for Test of Honor, the Ninjas of Iga. So let's admire this awesome artwork before we do anything. So you see you have 3 ninjas here, which is really cool. Ninjas of Iga, 7 metal ninjas, rule expansion booklet. So you get that in the rule expansion booklet. And includes up here, includes new rules and scenarios. So you get even extra scenarios, which is cool. I'm sure you can make your own scenarios too as well for this game, but you know, they also include some scenarios that you can play, which is awesome. You can see here, this is really cool, like this photograph, it sounds like I'm old. Well, I am old, but anyhow, the picture on the back here shows the ninjas in the pose, and you got one right there holding a grappling hook and a throwing knife, it looks like. So yeah, awesome artwork for sure. So, Ninjas of Iga, 7 Metal Ninjas and Rule Expansion Booklet. Uh-oh. Little is known about the black-clad warriors who will appear without warning in the night, or their leaders, the Shadow, whose swords bring the promise of swift, silent death. Dun, dun, dun. And you can see here, you get your cards and the movement trays. And what into this box is, this box contains 2 special movement bases, 18 gaming cards, and 7 metal miniatures. It also contains 12-page full-color leaflet with new rules and scenarios, models supplied, unassembled, and unpainted, glue, paint, and scenery not included. Well, of course. But yeah, so I'm going to flip this over and let's open this baby up and see what's inside. There's no plastic on this. Not all Warlord games come in plastic wrap. Just to let everybody know that. I bought a bolt action figure from the store and there was no plastic wrap, and I went up to the counter and I'm like, there's no plastic wrap. Has it been opened already? But apparently no. Not all expansion sets, or even not all boxes from Warlord come plastic wrap. So just so everybody knows. Anyhow, let's rip this baby open and look at the detailed miniatures inside. Again, they're metal, so they shouldn't be little to no assembly into it. But oh, something else is happening here too as well. Oh, the Shadow of the Ninja. It's possessing my hair. Well, looky here. We already have them. They're assembled already. This is incredible. Wait. It said 7 metal miniatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only count 6 there. What the heck is going on? Why? Where is the other? That's your number 7. Right there. Put him over there. Wow. So I'm the fastest assembler / painter of miniatures ever. This is incredible. Like how fast I am. Yeah, I know. It just, it's shadow magic of the Black Ninja. Stand by, we'll open up the box and see what's inside, and we'll get a closer look at the miniatures. We have the 12-page pamphlet here too as well. Look at the artwork on this too as well. Darkness and Deceit. Duh! Very, very cool. So yeah, so it has expanded terrain rules, warrior keywords. So I'm not really going to go in great detail, but again, new scenario rules. This is very important. So what I'm understanding is the ninjas can rely on darkness to help them too as well, to fight and defeat the samurai and the commoners too as well. I can't wait to play the ninjas. Like, look at that baby right there. Oh boy. Yeah, he's really mean looking. He's gonna definitely win some victories for sure. So again, they're just 12 pages. I'm not gonna read all detail. You don't get any extra tokens or anything, but it shows you different scenario maps that you can set up to as well to play the game. Oh! Look at that Black Ninja with the 2 swords. Oh, he's ready. He's ready, and he's going to just chop somebody's head off for sure. And you get some lantern tokens. So I guess these are like new tokens that you can use by marker tokens or placement tokens, so that you have the objective tokens you can find and you collect them for certain scenarios. And look at the heading of this page. Assassination. That's awesome. And there you go. That's the rule book. Here's the cards that you get. So there's 18 cards in total. So we talked about these already previously, what each scenario or what each icon means. So like Ninja Group is one of them, and it costs 3 points. So 3, 2, oh, Ninja Hero, 7. That guy's pretty expensive. But look at the stats this baby got. Oh yeah. And it's showing on the upper corner right here. So when you're drawing for the ninja, he's the hero, so it would be a samurai token you pull, and then you would use the ninja hero. As opposed to these guys, these are commoner tokens that you use. So there's still ninjas in a group, but they're using a commoner token. So yeah, Oh, most expensive one right here on that is the Ninja, or Kato, the Shadow. It's a point cost of 8 for him. Yeah, I'm sure he can do some damage. That's one of the guys I want to use for sure. So Lieutenant, and then you got like your skills cards too as well. You don't get any Dishonor cards because you already got that in the core box set. So this just mixes in and plays with your core box set. You also get the miniature bases, but again, there's some missing here because I used them with my Ninja Shadow Power to assemble them. Let's go in a little closer look with these and see what the miniatures look like. That is a look at the 7 miniatures you get into the expansion box, the Ninjas of Iga. So you can see here, all of them have different weapons. Now, the bases got the grass on it and some rocks. Well, they don't come like that, I did that. But I left the model trays black because they're black ninjas. I didn't do them. Unlike the Samurai here too as well, I did the moving trays up with grass. This one I left it black because they're black ninjas. So the detail in these metal miniatures are phenomenal. I have to say, painting these were incredibly fun. Super easy to do though, because they're all black, so pretty much base model in black. And then I painted all the skin tones, which was very little because most of them are covered up to hide their identity. Then painted their weapons and, you know, did a little bit of wash on them. And then all I had to do after that was do some dry brushing to bring out all the highlights onto the costumes. I think they turned out great. Costumes. The ninjutsu gis. How's that? Any better? So yeah, they look really cool. I like them a lot. They're nice and heavy because they are metal. I'll show you the back of this guy. Very cool looking. So all of them are just like, I'm blown away by the quality of this. Incredible stuff. There you have it, Board Game Maniacs. This is everything you get in both the core box set, so from here over for Test of Honor, and this section here is the Ninja of Iga expansion. Very cool looking miniatures, I have to say. Details are phenomenal. You get a lot packed into the core box for Test of Honor, and to just top it off, you get a set of ninjas for the Ninjas of Iga. So remember also too as well what I said, the Ninjas of Iga, I got it included because you got on the Warlord website at warlord.com. If you buy the expansion of Ninjas of Iga, if I'm not mistaken, you can buy them separately, or you can buy which is called a dojo. So you get a dojo, which is the training facility that they train the samurais in. You also get too as well the 7 metal miniatures, the 7 metal miniatures for the Ninjas of Iga. And you also get one thing that I am not showing there, but I am going to certainly show you. And this is just in the dojo box set. You also get the Sword Master. So let's take a look at this guy. There is a Sword Master. He is a samurai, and he is control and protecting the dojo. So you don't get this in the box set, the Ninja Iga expansion. You get the 7 ninja miniatures, but not him. But if you buy the dojo set, you get the 7 metal miniatures, the ninja ones, and you get the Sword Master, and you get the dojo too as well. But again, I'm not showing the dojo until a later video. So there you go. That's everything. I'm excited. The dojo, I can't wait to put that together and paint it. That's going to be another video, as well as other terrain pieces that I have for this game that I'm going to be assembling and painting too as well. This, just as a reminder and a recap, Test of Honor, this is part of the video mini-series that I'm doing to show off and showcase the incredible game by Warlord Games. Warlord Game is awesome for sending me this and giving me this opportunity to show you the viewers. Because here at Board Game Maniacs, you know that we are maniacs and we love these sort of stuff. You know, ninjas and samurai and swords and everything else. Like, oh, I can see me having lots of hours and hours of gameplay with this and enjoying it very much, including building the table for this. And I just want to reiterate about the gaming table. To play this game, you do not need the gaming table. You don't have to build your own gaming table. You can just use any playing surface because they do provide you with terrain cutouts that you can use to play the game. But again, here at Board Game Maniacs, we go big and we never go home. So I'm building the gaming table, which I'm gonna put videos of how we built it, step by step, in case anybody else is interested or want to build a gaming table for such an awesome game as this, the Test of Honor. Sweet! So until next time, Board Game Maniacs, you know what I'm gonna say. Play some board games. Play some tabletop games. Play some VR. Most importantly, you know, most importantly of all, you know, I'm just waiting because I want everybody out there to tell me, what am I going to say? Tell me, what is it that I say? That's right. Most importantly of all, be a maniac.